Something extraordinary manifested itself in the early hours of this morning, precisely at 3:33 a.m., in the quietest and deepest hour of the night, when the invisible approaches the visible and the sky seems to touch the earth. A revelation was released, not for everyone, not for the curious, but for awakened and ready hearts. Only a small part will fully understand what is being delivered now, and if you are reading this far, know that it was not a coincidence. There is a purpose guiding your steps. The Blessed Virgin Mary, in her incomparable tenderness, chose this specific moment in your history to transmit a warning capable of completely transforming the course of your life. This is not just another message. It is an ardent appeal of love that transcends dimensions and reaches your soul directly. Leaving before understanding everything may mean ignoring the opportunity that God Himself has placed before you. Among millions of messages, something greater has guided your eyes here. Declare with faith in the comments, "God is restoring my soul," and allow this affirmation to seal a spiritual covenant at this moment. Your eyes have been guided. Your hands have been directed. Your heart has been prepared to receive something that surpasses human logic. The Blessed Mother wishes to reveal what is happening to you. Around you, even if you don't yet realize it, an invisible battle is being waged at this very moment involving your future, your promises, and your peace. Forces you cannot see have tried to block your path, delay answers, and weaken your hope. But Mary, Queen of Heaven, decided to intercede directly for you. She saw every silent tear shed on the pillow, heard every prayer whispered when no one else listened, felt the weight you carry in your chest, a weight many are unaware of. Throughout history, signs have been given to humanity, but now there is a different urgency. It's as if time awaits your decision to believe. The mother's tears were not shed in vain. They were offered for you and your current situation. How many times have you felt like you were walking without getting anywhere? That the doors remained closed despite your efforts? That your prayers seemed not to reach the ceiling? That difficulties returned like persistent waves? Mary contemplated every detail and decided that the moment for supernatural intervention had arrived. Declare with conviction, "He has not forgotten me," because this truth needs to resonate within you. God has never lost sight of you, not even when you doubted, nor when you felt weak, nor when you thought of giving up. This recent restlessness, this inexplicable emptiness, these seemingly distant dreams are part of something greater being aligned. Mary has already presented your cause before the Almighty. There is something so grand reserved for your life that opposing forces tried to prevent you from reaching this word. Distractions arose, interruptions appeared, but you remained because there was divine guidance. The Mother of Jesus knows your journey from your first breath of life, accompanied your first steps, and was also present in your falls, disappointments, and wounds caused by words and abandonment. Each of your tears was collected like a precious jewel. Each sigh was transformed into intercession. Now the time of change approaches, the period in which God will reveal that nothing was in vain. Write with faith, Amen. Lord, I receive your promise because what is about to happen surpasses human expectations. Each pain molded in you a heart capable of sustaining greater blessings. Each trial prepared the ground for unexpected miracles. That which tried to destroy you will be an instrument of exaltation. What broke you will be the foundation of your strength. The situation that seemed like the end will be a testament to victory. There is a miracle already recorded in heaven with your name. It is not a metaphor, it is spiritual reality awaiting manifestation. Mary presented you to Jesus, and the love that emanates from his heart for you is greater than you imagine. He saw your entire story, from the innocence of childhood to the responsibilities of adult life. He contemplated your hidden struggles and declared that the time to reveal his work has arrived. You did not go through the furnaces in vain. The difficult years were a process of refinement, not punishment. You were prepared for something beyond what you asked or thought. Remain steadfast because heaven is already moving in your favor, and what was promised will find its way to you in perfect time. And my beloved children, listen to the voice of your mother who calls you with tenderness and firmness. I call you to conversion, not as one who points out error to wound, but as one who extends hands to redeem. Conversion is a return to true love, a turning back to God with a sincere heart, recognizing that without him you are nothing, but with him you can do all things. The world, my children, appears beautiful to your eyes, but often hides traps that silently weaken the soul. It offers you wide and easy paths, promises quick, fleeting pleasures that leave an emptiness. Do not allow these illusions to distance you from the truth. Do not let the noise of the world silence the voice of God within you. I tell you with a mother's love, do not let the world destroy you. It tries to convince you that you do not need prayer, that you do not need silence, that you do not need God. But it is precisely in the absence of God that the heart is lost, that the family weakens, that hope fades. Remain vigilant. Take care of your thoughts, your choices, your companions. Have faith, my children, so that you do not fall into temptation. Temptation begins small, almost imperceptible, but grows when it finds a distracted heart. Strengthen yourselves in daily prayer. Seek the presence of my Son Jesus. Draw near to the sacraments. Cultivate love within your homes. When faith is alive, temptation loses its power. If you fall, do not despair. Arise. I am with you. My mantle covers you. My hands guide you. My heart intercedes for each of you. Heaven does not abandon you, but it is necessary that you give your yes, that you choose the path of light even when it seems narrowest. Convert while there is still time, not out of fear, but out of love. Open your hearts, forgive, reconcile, leave behind that which separates you from God. True freedom is not in doing everything the world offers, but in choosing that which saves the soul. I love you deeply, my children. Walk firmly. Do not let yourselves be overcome by discouragement, nor seduced by shadows. With faith, with perseverance, and with trust in God, no temptation will have power over you. I remain by your side, always leading you closer to the heart of my Son. When I speak to you of conversion, it is not merely an outward change, but a profound transformation of the soul. It is allowing God to enter where pride once resided. It is allowing the light to touch what was hidden in darkness. It is letting love heal what sin has wounded. Many of you are living distracted lives, running from one place to another, occupied with so many things that seem urgent, but forgetting what is eternal. The world binds you with constant worries, comparisons, and desires that are never satisfied. It creates in you a thirst that is never quenched, because this thirst can only be filled by God. Understand, my children, that no material achievement can replace the peace that comes from a heart reconciled with the Lord. I call you to conversion because I see the dangers approaching your souls. I see homes weakened by lack of dialogue, by selfishness, by spiritual coldness. I see hardened hearts that no longer know how to forgive. I see children turning away from the faith because they have not found living witness within their own homes. Therefore, I ask you, begin within your own homes. Pray together. Speak of God naturally. Place His presence at the center of your decisions. Do not let the world slowly destroy you through indifference. Indifference is one of the most silent weapons against faith. When you no longer feel the need for God, when you no longer perceive the gravity of sin, when everything seems normal even far from the Lord, it is a sign that the soul needs to awaken. Ask for this grace, the grace to feel hunger for God again. My children, temptation does not always present itself as something clearly evil. Often it comes disguised as opportunity, advantage, immediate pleasure. It whispers that no one will see, that it is not so serious, that everyone does it. But each choice molds your inner self. Each small yes to error weakens the soul's resistance. Therefore I tell you, be vigilant. Do not play with that which can distance you from grace. Have firm and persevering faith. Faith is not just emotion. It is decision. There will be days when you will pray without feeling anything, days when discouragement will knock at the door, days when it will seem easier to give up. It is on these days that faith becomes most precious. Continue, remain, trust even without seeing. My Son works in silence, transforms in the invisible, strengthens in the hidden. If you feel weak, seek help. Do not fight alone. Draw near to the sacraments. Seek spiritual guidance. Seek companions who uplift you and do not drag you away from God. Faith grows in communion. The enemy prefers isolation because he knows that a lonely heart is more vulnerable. Always remember, you were not created for spiritual mediocrity. You were called to holiness. You were called to be light in the darkness of this time. When you choose truth, even if you are criticized, you are bearing witness. When you choose fidelity within marriage, when you raise your children in the faith, when you refuse that which offends God, you are building a spiritual wall that protects your home. I cover you with my maternal mantle, but I need your effort, your daily decision. Conversion does not happen only once. It is a constant journey. Every day it is necessary to begin again. Every day you must choose the light again. Do not be afraid to change. Do not be afraid to abandon that which separates you from God. The world may mock your faith, may call you exaggerated, may try to silence your devotion. But heaven rejoices in every small act of faithfulness. And I, as a mother, rejoice when I see a child returning to the path of truth. Remain steadfast, my children. Do not let yourselves be seduced by empty promises. True joy is born from obedience to God. True freedom is born from purity of heart. True strength is born from total trust in the Lord. Convert while there is still time. Open your spiritual eyes. Turn to God with sincerity, and have faith, a living and persevering faith, so that you do not fall into temptation. I walk with you, I intercede for you, and I lead you, step by step, to the merciful embrace of my Son. My beloved children, open your hearts and seek to understand the immense love of God in your lives. This is not a distant love, nor words thrown to the wind. It is a love that sustains you when no one sees, that protects you from dangers you don't even perceive, that lifts you up when you think you no longer have the strength to continue. God loves you with a personal, profound, constant love. He knows your struggles, your fears, your falls, and yet He remains by your side. When you understand this love, everything will begin to change within you. Fear will lose its power. Guilt will give way to sincere repentance. Sadness will find solace. God's love is not only comfort, it is also direction. He calls you to a higher, purer, firmer life. But, my children, be aware that there is also a contrary plan. Satan wants to destroy you, not only with great falls, but with small daily distractions. He works on the division of families, the weakening of faith, the coldness of hearts. He tries to distance you from God's grace by making you believe that sin is unimportant, that prayer can wait, that conversion can come later. Understand, the enemy's greatest desire is to take away be filled with grace. Because a soul in a state of grace is strong, enlightened, protected. A soul united to God withstands storms. That is why He insists, that is why He tempts, that is why He sows confusion and discouragement. In the face of this, my children, be stronger and firmer. Strength is not in the violence of words, nor in the hardness of the heart. True strength lies in daily fidelity. It lies in choosing God when no one is watching. It lies in remaining in the truth even when the world offers shortcuts. It lies in rising after each fall, trusting in divine mercy. Strengthen yourselves in prayer. Pray the Holy Rosary with devotion. The Rosary is a stream of light that unites you to heaven. Each Hail Mary is like a petal offered to God. Each mystery meditated upon is a door that opens to understand more deeply the life of my Son. When you pray the Rosary with a sincere heart, you strengthen your soul, protect your home, and weaken the traps of the enemy. Do not merely recite words. Meditate, surrender your worries, place your families under my intercession. Make the Rosary a habit, not only in times of affliction, but also in tranquil days. It will be a shield in the invisible battles you face. My children, do not live distracted. Time is precious. Each day is an opportunity to draw closer to God. Be vigilant, but do not live in fear. Live with confidence. God's love is greater than any evil plan. Grace is more powerful than any temptation. I enfold you with my mantle and lead you closer to the heart of Jesus. Remain steadfast. Choose the light. Pray with perseverance. And always remember, whoever remains in God will never be defeated, for victory belongs to the Lord. This love does not depend on your perfections, nor does it turn away because of your weaknesses. It is faithful, constant, eternal. Even when you stray, He remains waiting for your return, with infinite mercy and patience. Many of you have not yet understood the depth of this love. You live as if you had to deserve it, as if God were distant, watching you harshly. No, my children, God's love is shelter. It is sustenance. It is strength that keeps you standing when everything seems to crumble. When you accept this love, the heart finds rest, and the soul begins to strengthen. But it is precisely there that the enemy acts. Satan has a plan, my children, and this plan is not new. He desires to destroy you little by little, turning you away from the grace of God. He knows he doesn't need to bring you down all at once. It is enough to weaken your spiritual life, cool your prayer life, take away the time you dedicate to God, sow doubts, resentment, division, and discouragement. Thus, slowly, he tries to lead the soul away from the light. He makes you believe that prayer is not so necessary, that the rosary is empty repetition, that faith can be lived in any way. He offers you shortcuts, justifications, illusions of freedom that, in truth, imprison you. And when he perceives that the soul is weak, he tries to push it into greater falls, always with the intention of stealing your peace and distancing you from the Lord. Therefore, I tell you, my children, be conscious, be vigilant, but above all, be firm. Do not base your life on fleeting feelings, but on the daily decision to remain in God. Steadfastness is born of fidelity, born of the yes repeated every day, even when the heart is weary, even when prayer seems difficult. Be stronger not with the strength of the world, but with the strength that comes from heaven. This strength is built in silence, in humble prayer, in the trust placed in God. It grows when you resist temptation, when you choose forgiveness instead of hatred, when you prefer the truth even if it costs you something. I ask you, with a mother's insistence, pray the Holy Rosary. The Rosary is not just a devotion. It is a spiritual weapon, a sure path that leads you through the life of my Son Jesus. Each mystery meditated upon illuminates your journey, strengthens faith, heals inner wounds, and creates a spiritual wall around your families. When you pray the Rosary, even with difficulty, even if your mind wanders, something happens in the invisible realm. Heaven moves, grace descends, evil loses power. Do not underestimate the power of persevering prayer. The enemy fears the Rosary because it keeps you united to Christ, because it reminds you of the truths of the faith, because it strengthens humility and trust. Make the Rosary part of your routine. Pray alone. Pray as a family. Pray silently or aloud. Place your sorrows, your fears, your decisions, your children, and your home in my hands. I gather every supplication, every tear, every intention presented with sincerity. My children, do not let yourselves be dominated by fear. Evil exists, but God is infinitely greater. Satan has plans of destruction, but God's love has plans of salvation. Grace is more powerful than any trap. Where prayer is constant, the enemy does not remain. Remain in grace. Seek a clean life before God. Reconcile yourselves when you fall. Do not become accustomed to sin. Do not normalize that which wounds the soul. Conversion is a continuous journey, and each step taken towards God is a spiritual victory. I walk with you, my children. I do not abandon you in the dark nights, nor in the silent trials. My mantle covers you. My heart intercedes. My hands guide you. Trust. Be strong. Be firm. Pray the Holy Rosary with perseverance. And always remember, whoever remains in the love of God will never be defeated, because light always triumphs over darkness. My beloved children, I speak to you with the heart of a mother who sees your anguish in the face of all that is happening in the world. You look around and see natural disasters, wars, divisions among peoples, growing violence, sign after sign that seems to shake the security of humanity. Many hearts are filled with fear and uncertainty, wondering where the world is headed. I ask you, above all, do not allow fear to govern your souls. Yes, you are living in times of great turmoil. Creation groans, nations clash, and man often turns away from God, believing he can walk alone. When the human heart distances itself from the Creator, disorder, injustice, and conflict arise. Not because God desires suffering, but because humanity, in rejecting the light, experiences the consequences of its own choice. There is an evil that stirs in the world, my children, an evil that is not limited to external events, but that desires to reach the inner being of man. This evil he seeks to destroy you spiritually, to lead you astray from God's path, to weaken your faith, to divide your families, to cool your love. He takes advantage of chaos to spread despair, to make you believe that all is lost. But listen to me carefully. Nothing is above the power of God. When I speak to you of an evil that tries to rise up, it is not to paralyze you with fear, but to awaken you. The true danger is not only the disasters or wars that you see with your own eyes. The greatest danger is allowing these events to distance you from trust in God. The enemy wants you to doubt, murmur, rebel, and abandon your faith in the face of difficulties. Do not allow this, my children. If there are signs in the world, let them be for you a call to conversion, to vigilance, to deeper prayer. When everything seems unstable, it is the moment to firmly plant your feet on the rock that is God. When human structures tremble, it is time to strengthen spiritual structures. Do not be swayed by rumors, panic, or words that spread terror. Remain at peace. True peace does not depend on external circumstances, but on union with my Son Jesus. A soul united to God can weather storms without losing hope. If evil tries to lead you astray from God's path, respond with faithfulness. If the world is in turmoil, respond with prayer. If conflicts arise, respond with charity and firmness in truth. Every act of faith is a barrier against darkness. Every family that prays together is a light lit in the midst of darkness. My children, I do not announce destruction to you. I announce spiritual responsibility. It is not a time for despair. It is a time for decision. Decision to live in grace, to seek the sacraments, to educate your children in the faith, to watch over your own thoughts and attitudes. Evil may manifest itself in the world, but it will not have dominion over a heart that belongs to God. Remain attentive but serene, firm but full of hope. Heaven does not abandon its children. Even in the most difficult moments of history, God has always raised up saints, strengthened the humble, and protected those who trusted in him. I enfold you with my mantle and lead you to the safe refuge that is the heart of my Son. Do not stray from him. Do not allow the events of the world to steal your faith. Transform each sign you see into an impulse to pray more, love more, and trust more. My beloved children, remain attentive to my words and receive them serenely in your hearts. I see what is happening on earth. I see nations in turmoil, peoples divided, nature wounded, the suffering that afflicts so many families. Disasters arise, wars erupt, unexpected conflicts appear like successive waves. These are signs that make you realize that the world is not at peace. But understand deeply, the signs are not given to lead you to panic, but to awaken you spiritually. When humanity turns away from God, it loses its inner balance. When man places his pride above the divine will, the consequences appear. Lack of love breeds division. Absence of truth breeds confusion. Rejection of God's law opens the door to suffering. All of this creates fertile ground where evil tries to act with greater intensity. Yes, my children, there is an evil that desires to grow. An evil that wants to confuse minds, harden hearts, and above all, distance souls from grace. It wants to use fear as an instrument. It wants you to think, when you see disasters and wars, that God has abandoned you. It wants you to lose confidence and hope. But I tell you with maternal firmness, God does not abandon his children. The terrible evil that threatens the world is not only physical or visible. It is spiritual. It is the cooling of faith. It is contempt for sacred things. It is the normalization of sin. It is indifference to the truth. When the soul loses its spiritual sensitivity, it becomes vulnerable. And that is what the enemy most desires, to take you off God's path, little by little, almost without you realizing it. That is why I call you to inner vigilance. Do not look only at external events. Look within yourselves. Ask yourselves, am I firm in faith? Have I lived in grace? Have I put God first? Have I sought prayer? Or have I allowed the world to occupy all my time? If you see signs in the world, let them be a call to sincere conversion. Do not give in to fear, but to prayer. Do not give in to despair, but to trust. Fear paralyzes, faith strengthens. My children, there will be times when everything will seem uncertain. There will be times of trial, but those who stand firm in God will remain standing. The house built on the rock does not fall, even when the winds blow violently. Strengthen your homes spiritually. Pray together. Bless your home with words of faith. Keep sacred images not as superstition, but as a sign that God is honored there. Cultivate inner silence amidst the noise of the world. Nourish your soul with the word of God. Do not allow the violence of the world to enter your hearts through hatred. Do not allow external divisions to destroy the unity of your family. The enemy tries to divide because he knows that a family united in faith is a fortress. If difficult times come, may they find you spiritually prepared. Prepared not with despair, but with confidence. Prepared not with revolt, but with faithfulness. Prepared with a purified heart and a clear conscience. I am with you, my children. My mantle is a sign of spiritual protection for those who remain faithful. My heart constantly intercedes for you before God. Do not stray from grace. Do not play with sin. Do not delay conversion. Signs exist, but greater than any sign is the love of God. Greater than any threat is divine mercy. Greater than any evil plan is the design of salvation prepared for those who remain faithful.